can I create a 401k for my real estate investment business? Does it cause a problem if my salary job provides me with a 401k?
Not at all. I mean, you can certainly start a 401k in your business. The amount you personally can contribute is still limited to what it was for your 401k with your employer. So if you do 10,000 here,
The employee deferral portion.
the employee deferral, you can't do 10,000 in your business and 30,000 in the other business.
And what that is there's the employer can contribute up to 25% of your salary. They can always do that. You can have 10 401ks with different employers, but they're limited in what they can contribute up to 25%. And then each plan has a limit of 66,000, or if you're over 50, then there's a makeup, I think it's 7,500. The employee can contribute up to 23,500 or whatever it is in the particular year. 23,000, or is it 22,500? Is it 22,500?
I know the total's $30,000
Yes,
for catch up.
Yeah, so I think it's 22,500. But you can contribute that. The employee can put that into their employee side, and that is not per plan. That is for the employee. So if I put $20,000 in this employer's plan, and then I put 20 in over here, I've over contributed, right? I can only put in up to 22,500 plus any other amounts, but the employers can contribute to each plan up to the 66,000.
And what plan A the employer contributes has nothing to do with what plan B.
Yeah, but then I want to touch on one other thing. It says 401k for my real estate investment business. Depending on what type of business you have, in order to contribute to a 401k, you have to have active business. It can't be passive. So if you have rents and you make $10,000 a year in rents, you can't contribute that into a 401k. That's passive income. It needs to be ordinary income, active ordinary income. There is a way to turn that in. You need a management corporation. That's why you use an S or a C corp or a LLC, tax as an S or a C corp, and manage your properties. Then you could put that money into the 401k. Just remember that 401ks, they're deductible for federal income taxes and state income taxes, but not for employment taxes. So no matter what, you're going to be paying old age, disability, and survivors and Medicare.
So actually, there is time if you have an active trader business that has substantial cash, you could and should pay yourself a substantial salary now. You have until 2024, sometime in 2024, to set up your 401k and make that employer contribution.
Yeah, so the employer contribution, since I think it was the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, or was it the Secure Act that gave us the...
it's the Secure Act.
So they basically said, hey, the employer can set it up and contribute all the way up until they file their tax return plus extensions. So if you work for an S-corp, for example, it could be next, September 15th, and they could make the contribution of 25% of your salary in there. So it's like, yeah, the employer could still do that. You can still do a defined benefit plan if you want to really ramp it up. I've had clients this last year that were putting in $70,000, $80,000 towards the filing deadline because they wanted to lower their tax bill for the previous year. Yes, you could do those things. There's all sorts of little tricks to those. But to answer this question is, can I create a 401k for my real estate business? Yes. Even if you can't contribute to it, you could roll over your IRAs and do other things. But if you want to contribute to it, you need to have active ordinary income. It does not cause a problem with your salary job, with the exclusion of you have one amount that you can max that you could hit for the year as an employee, putting portions into your employee contribution plans. So you just can't exceed that. So Jeff could go up to 30,000. I go up to 30,000. You're under 50. You're up to 22.5. I think that's what it is. So you look at whatever the year is, use that number.
Wait, how do you know I could go up to 30?
Because you old. Hey guys, if you like this snippet of Tax Tuesday, then I invite you to click the link and actually subscribe to become a Tax Tuesday member. Every other week we do these live, and you too can ask your questions, and myself and my team will answer your questions on the next Tax Tuesday.